Another day of Phillies baseball here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic afternoon. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. The Philadelphia Phillies are taking on the Miami Marlins to wrap up their 4-game series. And, well, the Marlins have taken the first 2 of 3, and the Phillies are looking for splitting the series today with the Marlins. So far in this series, well, the main theme has really just been that the Phillies offense just has not really been able to get things going. They're actually 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position over the first 3 games. And, well, they're averaging about 2.67 runs per game. They're hitting just 215. Well, their average after the 5th inning has been 136. And they just really have not been able to answer runs. Now, of course, when you miss Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, and Bryce Harper, a lot of guys that can produce runs for the Phillies, that's going to make a big difference in your lineup, and they also do get on base as well. But even so, with Trey Turner and Alec Bohm and Bryson Stott, and even Nick Castellanos still in the lineup, you would still think that they could still get some more runs on the board, and they just have not been able to do that. So they're hoping today that they can do a good job at not only trying to get on base, but just try to cash in some timely hits as well. And they're going to have to do it against Yanni Chirinos. And, well, this guy has made a couple of starts this season, and he's looked pretty good overall in a Marlins uniform. He has a 2.7 ERA, along with 11 strikeouts. The last time he pitched, he just allowed 1 earned run against the Royals. They've been a pretty good ball club this year. He had 5 strikeouts in those 5 innings of work, did not allow a homer, just allowed 3 walks and 3 hits. But the good news for the Phillies is that Ranger Suarez is going to be on the mound today for them. And Ranger really just overall has had an incredible, fantastic year. He did get the Phillies did lose the last time that he did pitch, and he ended up going 6 innings. He allowed 4 runs, 2 of them were earned, and he had 4 strikeouts. But he's hoping for a better type of performance today. He started off really strong, and then really what happened in that last outing was he just gave up those 4 runs in the 5th inning. It was the 5th inning collapse, and that was really the difference of the ball game. So if he could just start out strong today, and if he could really just utilize all the stuff that he has to his advantage with the fastball, the changeup, and even some of the off-speed pitches too, I think that they're going to be in really good condition today for sure. All right, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic Sunday, man. It's 1:34 p.m. Eastern Time. We're about ready to get underway, and it should be a good one here between the Phillies and the Marlins. So it is 83 degrees, pretty cloudy outside. There may be a chance of rain they're calling for in the afternoon, so we'll see if we can squeeze this whole game in. That would be really nice for sure. So let's see what the starting lineup is. So, all right, so we got, for the Miami Marlins, they'll be leading things off. It'll be Jazz Chisholm Jr. playing out in center field. Otto Lopez batting in the 2 spot is over at second base. Then you got Brian De La Cruz batting in the 3 hole, and he is playing out in left field. Josh Bell, the designated hitter, is batting in the cleanup spot. Then you got Jake Berger batting 5th. He's over at first base. Dane Myers, the right fielder, is batting 6th. Tim Anderson over at shortstop. He'll be batting 7th. Hitting 8th will be Emmanuel Rivera over at 3rd base. And Ali Sanchez will round things up, and he'll be batting in the 9 spot for the Fish. So again, the lineup for the Marlins. It's Chisholm, Lopez, De La Cruz, Bell, Berger, Myers, Anderson, Rivera, and Sanchez. Freak Nation, I hope you're all doing well. All right, and on the mound for the Phillies, once again, it'll be Ranger Suarez. So Ranger has a 10-2 record, a 1.83 ERA, and a .92 WHIP as well. He's been really, really solid throughout this whole entire season for the Phils. The 1.83 ERA is still the best in Major League Baseball. The WHIP is at the second best. He has a .92 WHIP, which is the second best in the league. And he needs one more strikeout to get 100 on the season. So Should be a good outing for him. The last time that he faced the Marlins, ended up going 7 innings. He had 9 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, and no runs. Just 2 walks as well. So we're ready to get things started as the Phillies are in their pinstripes today, I believe. We'll get a clear picture hopefully in just a few seconds. But the Phillies are out there on the defensive side at Citizens Bank Park. Marlins are 30-53 on the season, and they are 14-26 on the road. And Phillies, on the other hand, are 54-29, and they have a 32-14 record at home. All right, so the Phillies are actually in their cream uniforms once again with the red letters and red numbers on both the front and the back, and Rangers wearing the high bell socks as well. And the first pitch is taken for a ball. All right. Here we go. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next pitch is going to be fouled off. Trey Turner, it's also his birthday today. That is correct. I was just going to make sure I mentioned that. Happy birthday, of course, to Trey Turner. All right. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Line drive. It's played on a bounce, though, towards the right side by Bryson Stott. And he throws it over to first. And there's 1 gone. So Chisholm was being shifted over towards that right side. A good job by Stott to be able to play really good defense and align himself in the perfect position. All right, so there's 1 away. And Otto Lopez is coming up to bat. We got the umpires for today. It'll be Nick Lentz behind the plate calling the balls and the strikes. Emil Jimenez over at first. Lance Barksdale's the second base umpire. And Nate Tomlinson is over at third. First pitch to Lopez, and that's taken for a ball. Otto Lopez had a pretty good day yesterday. So the 1-0 is fouled off. Lopez has 3 hits, or 4 hits in the series so far. 4 hits in 11 at-bats. He had the big double yesterday and scored the run. Of course, that was on the RBI double by Nick Fortes. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2. Going to see a lot of sinkers, 4-seamers, sliders, changeups, and even some curveballs out there as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Infield playing over towards the corners. And the 2-1 is grounded over to third, backhanded by Bohm. The throw over to first to get Lopez is just in time. Man, Otto was hustling out of the batter's box, and he just was out by less than a quarter of a step. And there's 2 up, 2 down. We got a $5 donation from Junior in Indy. We'll get to that in just a few moments. I wanted to make sure, though, to shout you out, though. Oh, I thought you had something else to say, so I was gonna read that. But thank you so much for the $5 donation, my guy. Appreciate it. 2 outs, nobody on, and here is Brian De La Cruz, and he fouls off the first pitch. He's behind in the count already, 0-1. Marlins are in their black and white uniforms. So they got the white bottoms as well. And the pitch, and that's taken on the outside edge for strike 2. Defensively for the Phillies, you got Stott at second. You got Clemens at first. Third baseman's out. Bohm, shortstop Trey Turner. Behind the plate, it'll be Rafael Marchand. On the bump is Ranger Suarez. The 0-2. That's taken in the dirt. In the outfield, Marsh is in center, and he's sandwiched in between Whit Merrifield, who's out in left field, and the right fielder is Nick Castellanos. Designated hitter today is David Dahl. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the windup and the pitch. Curveball that misses low. Another nice crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies lost the first game of the series on Thursday night by a score of 7-4. Then they got a 2-0 shutout on Friday night, and they lost yesterday afternoon 3-2. The pitch, line drive over to right field for a base hit. It just got past Bryson Stott. Here's Marsh's throw over the second, and staying over at first is De La Cruz. Boy, was that a screamer, and it took Bryson Stott by surprise. There's the first hit allowed. Let's see a replay of this. It was torched, and honestly, Stott should have been able to knock it down, even though it was a tough shot. It's playing over towards the right side, and it actually took a bounce and then just got by him. Here's Josh Bell, batting on the right side, and he pulls the first one down the left field line. It is a fair ball. De La Cruz is going to at least go over to third. He's being waved home by Merrifield. The throw is cut off by Turner, and the throw to the plate is not in time. It gets away from the catcher. And, well, going over to third base is Josh Bell. So it's a 1-0 lead by the Marlins, and Bell just continues to just destroy the Phillies. Man, oh, man. Let's see that again. He just hit that one right on a rope. And Bohm could not even make the diving stop. He wasn't even playing close to the line. And it was just hit over towards that area. De La Cruz has some speed, for sure. So they're going to rule that as an RBI double. And he advanced over to third. That's why he's batting in the cleanup spot. Now it's Jake Berger, who had a good game in the first game of this series. And he bounces the pitch over to third. It's backhanded by Bohm, and the throw across the diamond is just in time to get Berger. Another nice flashy play by Alec Bohm, but the damage is done as we head to the bottom of the first. RBI double by Josh Bell, and we head to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Miami. All right. What's up, Larry? Thank you so much. Here we go again. Let's all remember to do JJ a solid and like and subscribe. It's free. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that, man. He's right. Final score predictions? Comment them down below. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. Bell in the series so far has gone 2 for 13, but he's had the big hits. Seems like that he's really just been doing a good job at just getting the big RBI base hits. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the first, Phillies lineup will look just like this. It'll be Bryson Stott batting in the leadoff spot over at second base. Then it'll be Trey Turner, the birthday boy, batting in the 2 spot over at shortstop. Alec Bohm's over at third, batting in the 3 spot. And then cleanup will be Brandon Marsh out in center field. Right fielder today is Nick Castellanos. He was the DH in yesterday's game, and he's back in the outfield today. Cody Clemens at first base batting 6th. Whit Merrifield playing out in left. He's batting 7th. And then 8th will be David Dahl. He's the designated hitter. And then we got Rafael Marchand batting in the 9 spot. He's catching behind the plate. So again, it's Stott, Turner, Bohm, Marsh, Castellanos, Clemens, Merrifield, Dahl, and Marchand. And here's Yonny Chirinos, who's on the mound. He's 30 years old. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, has a 2.70 ERA in just 2 starts. He played against the Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals. So he's gone 5 innings in each of those 2 starts. He allowed 1 earned run in his last outing. And, well, the Phillies, they have to look out for him, too, because he likes to dominate the strike zone a lot. And he easily gets ahead in counts. So here's Stott at the plate. And speaking of getting ahead in the count, Chirinos does get ahead and throws a strike right at the knees. Stott batting 244. And the 0-1 is taking on the outside edge for strike 2. Wonder if I clear my throat, maybe I should just turn the mic down. Let's see how that works. The ball is 2 strikes, and the pitch upstairs. So again, Stott, Turner, Bohm, Marsh, Castellanos, Clemens, Merrifield, Dahl, Marchand. 1-2. That's skied high towards left center field. On the run is Jazz Chisholm Jr., and he does make the catch over towards the alleyway. And the quick out is recorded. Here's Trey Turner, who's coming up to bat. Last time he faced Yonny Chirinos, he was in a Tampa Bay Rays uniform, and he ended up hitting a homer off of him. It was back in last year on July 5th. 1 out, and the pitch. And that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Aaron Judge just hit his 31st homer of the season. Just was able to do that, and the Yankees have a 2-0 lead. Pitch, and it's a 1-1 count. One out, bottom of the first. Marlins lead at 1-0 thanks to an RBI double by Josh Bell. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Pirates also lead the Braves 4-1. That game is on Roku TV. It's in the bottom of the 8th. Braves up to bat. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball into the hole into left field for a base hit. It just got by Jake Berger over at third base. Or, Emmanuel Rivera. And gets into left field. And Turner gets on with a 1-out single. Chirinos has just allowed 3 walks in the 2 outings this season. This is start number 3 for him. And Alec Bohm is coming up to bat. Definitely want to see Trey Turner get on, so that's a good thing. Here comes Bohmer. In the first pitch, he ropes this one out towards left center field. It goes back towards the track, and it's gone! Punch! Counter punch! And the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. That thing got out in a hurry. It's home run number 10 on the season for Alec Bohm. This team was struggling with runners on, and Alec Bohm able to continue to get some RBI for the Phils. Boy, you got a fastball there, and just the bat speed was able to just carry that thing a long ways out of here. Here comes Brandon Marsh in the first pitch. He takes that one all the way for a strike. Just going to mention that Bohm now is 68 RBI, so he does lead the National League in that category. The pitch, and that's taken all the way for strike 2. And Marsh wanted an explanation on that pitch, and I guess he got that from Nick Lentz. So time was called, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the first. Phillies were down 1-0, and then Alec Bohm just hit a 2-run homer to drive in Trey Turner. The leg kick on the pitch, and that's fouled away. Defensively for the Marlins, well, over at first base for them today, it'll be Jake Berger. At second base, it's Otto Lopez. The third baseman's Emmanuel Rivera. Tim Anderson's over at short. Behind the plate, it's Ali Sanchez. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Got a slider right down the middle, Brandon Marsh, and he was late after that one. And Castellanos is coming up. In the outfield, it'll be Brian De La Cruz out in left field. The center fielder's Jazz Chisholm Jr., and the right fielder is Dane Myers. Here comes Castellanos. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the first inning. Chirinos gets set and fires a slider that just hits the inside corner. Castellanos batting .223. He has 11 homers and 39 RBI as well. The ball's 1 strike in the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. It just got by Tim Anderson, and that's the 3rd hit of the inning for the Phils. It's a 2-out single by Castellanos. There you go. Love to see the Phillies start hitting here. Especially after Ranger gives up a run. You didn't think that they would be able to give him some sort of run support, but so far so good for the Phils. They just got to keep it up. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Jesus Shuttlesworth is here. What's going on, Mod Squad? How you all doing? Comes Cody Clemens in the pitch, and that's ripped out to right field. On the run to make the catch is Myers, and they say that Myers did not make the catch. The throwback over the second. It's not in time. So I thought that maybe he originally caught it, but Castellanos did go over to second. Myers, I think he played it on a bounce. That's what the ruling was. Again, it's hard to tell because you can't tell if the umpires made the ruling. Let's see again. No, I don't know. Did it hit the turf when he originally caught it, or did it? No, he trapped it. I think he trapped it. It hit the top of the turf. And Clemens, I believe, will get on with a single here. But Myers almost was able to make the sliding catch, and then the throw was made back over to second. It was cut off at shortstop by Tim Anderson, and Castellanos actually was past the bag, and he had to go back to second. Here's Whit Merrifield, and the inning does continue, and the pitch is taken for a strike, so that certainly does help out the Phillies here. Merrifield batting in the 7th spot, playing out in left field, looking to give the Phillies some more insurance here. Castellanos at second, Clemens at first, and the 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. After a loss, the Phillies have actually the best record in baseball when they do lose. So they are 21-7. The second best team is the Dodgers, who are 21-11 after a loss. And then it's the Orioles, who are 19-11. The 0-2 pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball that's in the dirt, and the good stop by Ali Sanchez was outside. I gotta tell you that Ali has done a really good job blocking pitches behind home plate, and he has a really good arm as well. 3 singles in the inning for the Phils, and a 2-run homer by Alec Bohm. It's really been the action so far today. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phils. He allowed the RBI double in the top of the first to Josh Bell. The Phillies would answer back on a 2-run homer by Alec Bohm. Still in the bottom of the first. 2-1 Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Merrifield. 2 outs, 2 runners on, and the pitch upstairs. Merrifield lifetime against Chirinos is 2 for 6. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chirinos delivers from the stretch. And the next pitch is a breaking ball that's in the dirt for ball 3. And that's going to make the count full. On deck is David Dahl, who's the designated hitter today. Phillies definitely have some flexibility at the DH spot now with Kyle out, which is interesting. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Merrifield. That's going to hit him right on the hand, and that's going to load the bases. And the Phillies have bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Charge. And now David Dahl, the 8th man to come up to the plate. He's coming up to bat, and it looks like Stottlemyre is going to go on out there to talk things over with Chirinos. Oh, it was a 1-2 count. That was a great at-bat by Whit Merrifield. And he's going to go over to first. That's going to slide Castellanos over to third and Clemens over to second. All right. So Dahl coming up to bat. Really want to see the Phillies try to get some more runs here. As great as the 2-run homer was by Bohm, this team just has not been doing a good job with runners in scoring position. And maybe don't be afraid to take a few pitches. Did I say charge? I hope I did. Dahl, the 30-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama. 8 RBI on the season, 3 homers, and a .250 average. Castellanos at third, Clemens at second, Merrifield at first. Phillies lead a 2-1 bottom of the first, 2 outs, bases loaded, and the first pitch to Dahl is on the outside corner for a strike. 2 career grand slams he has in 18 at-bats. His average at .333 with the bases loaded, then the 0-1 misses outside. There was another slider, and Chirinos tried to put it in the same spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Rafael Marchand. And the 1-1 to Dahl, here it is. Swing and a miss. He got another slider, and it was almost in the exact same spot as the first pitch. And looked like he was a little bit late. Good crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. Bases loaded, bottom of the first. 2-1 Phillies lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch, and that's low and inside, and Dahl had to dodge out of the way of that, and the count is even. Dahl is on a 4-game hitting streak. Last time he played, it was on Wednesday against the Tigers. He went 1 for 3. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's fouled off. He'll stay alive. And during this hitting streak, he has 5 RBI and 1 homer. Two balls, 2 strikes. 27 total pitches by Chirinos in this inning so far, and the 2-2 on the way. Ground ball over to first. It's played on the bounce by Berger, and the flip back over towards first base is in time. Chirinos had to go cover the bag. Dahl hustled out of the box, and let's see. LINKTREE is going over to the phone. Are they going to challenge it? I don't think so. I don't know. Let's see. Dahl, give him credit for hustling. Yeah, it looked pretty close. Dahl thought he was safe. And the first base umpire, Emil Jimenez, said that he was out. So they're not going to challenge, and the inning is over. Phillies leave the bases loaded. However, they get a 2-run homer by Alec Bohm, and they lead it 2-1 as we head to the second. All right, good stuff. Hi, everybody. Oops, sorry about that. I meant to go to my monologue screen. Apologize. There we go. In case you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live for a Phillies, a Sixers, or an Eagles game. So tonight we have a special night. So tonight is the start of NBA free agency. And so we are going to be going live at 6 o'clock. That's initially when free agency does start. And the Sixers have a lot to do with their future ahead. So we're going to be going on, and we're going to be talking about it. And we'll see where Paul George does go. A lot of people do believe that he is going to sign with the Sixers, and he's going to leave the Clippers. So we'll be talking about that, and we'll be going on live for that after the Phillies game is done, if it is done in time. All right? I don't know why all of a sudden my voice is starting to get some junk in there, but of course my voice just decides to do that. My voice was fine before. Now I have to start clearing it again and again. But, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're going to be going on for NBA free agency tonight to see what the Sixers' future has in store. Because it's big. Is that a good get for the Sixers? That's a loaded question. The pitch, and that's taken outside for a ball. He's going to want a lot of money. He's 35 years old now. And, it's tough. And the next pitch, and that's fouled off. Does he make them better? Yes, he does. He's a good catch and shoot fit along with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. The 1-1, and that's swung on and missed. The problem is, though, is that how much flexibility are they going to have to fill out the rest of this roster? And how much are they going to pay him? 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the next pitch, ground ball back up the middle. Turner plays it on the bounce, shuffles his feet, and throws over to first, and it's in time, and there's the first out of the inning. So we'll definitely talk about it. They have, technically speaking, 3 guys signed out of the 14, so they got a lot to do to build this roster. So it's a big night for them. Got you monologuing again. Things look promising for the Sixers and the Flyers. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. I think that things look promising for the Flyers. For the Sixers, a lot has to happen tonight. The ball is one strike, and the 0-1 is popped up, hit out over towards right field. Castellanos was jogging in, then he had to jog back, and he does make the catch. And there's 2 quick outs. When you think about, we talk about lowest ERA, right? And for the Phillies, well, through 16 starts of a season, Ranger Suarez has the 6th lowest ERA through the first 16 starts of a season in Phillies franchise history. The pitch is inside for a ball. That's right behind Woody Fryman, who had a 1.82 ERA in 1968. And the 1-0 is fouled off. Up at the plate is Emmanuel Rivera. Steve Carlton on a 1.74 ERA through his first 16 starts back in 1980. And then Grover Alexander at a 1.5 ERA in 1915 through his first 16 starts, as the next pitch is fouled off. And he also, in 1916, at a 1.34 ERA through his first 16 starts as well. Ad Brennan in 1913 at a 1.46 ERA. The pitch. And it's now a 2-2 count. 2-1 Phillies. Top of the second. 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Emmanuel Rivera, who's rocking the sunglasses, batting on the right side, and the 2-2 is fouled back towards the screen. Can you believe that Grover Alexander, 2 times during his first 16 starts with an ERA under a 1.5? That's unbelievable. 2-2 pitch, and Rangers should have gotten that pitch for a called third strike, but it's called a ball. It was ruled a little bit high by Nick Lentz. That was a strike. He should have gotten the call there. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ranger with 26 pitches. And the payoff pitch to Rivera, and that's way outside and low for ball 4. There's the first walk allowed today by Suarez. That's right. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Don't really see that now a lot these days. And to be in that conversation, I think it's safe to say, as great as the Phillies pitching staff has been this season, Ranger has been the ace. Can we all agree on that? The pitch, and that's fouled back towards the screen. Grover Alexander is arguably a top 5 all-time pitcher. It's just like when you think about first 16 starts and you think about ERA, and he's done it twice where he had at least a 1.5, like under a 1.5. That's wild. The ball is 1 strike to Ali Sanchez, and the throw over to first, and the hit is going to be grounded over to shortstop. Turner gets to it, throws it over to first. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 walk allowed by Ranger. Then we head to the bottom of the second. Phillies up 2-1. Larry, keep the reverse thing going. It seems to work. Serena likes the reverse psychology, Larry. She likes it. She thought you were being negative at first, and then now she understands that you were being sarcastic, and now she sees that it's working. Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. All right, bottom of the second, 2-1 Phillies. How's everybody doing today? Last day of June. Larry says, yep. It's wild to me that after a loss, the Phillies are 21-7. The Giants today just designated Spencer Howard for assignment. That was other news that I saw. Spencer Howard, of course, a former Philly top prospect. And yeah, he was playing with the Rangers. Then he was on the Orioles and was picked up by the Giants. And the Giants just designated him for assignment today. He was really good so long ago people forget. Yeah, it's true. You're right. What's up, man? 3-Step. How you doing, 3-Step? I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain. I cannot complain at all whatsoever. I'm doing good. How are you doing? What did 3-Step say? Good, Steve. Carlton didn't get much run support by the Phillies offense. No, he did not. Throughout most of his time. Melissa's here. What's up, Melissa? How you doing? What's up, Melissa? All right. Here's Marshawn. And the pitch. He takes it up high for a ball. He was the only guy that didn't bat in the bottom of the first. Phillies were able to send 8 men up to the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Torino's still on the bump. And the pitch is taken outside for ball 2. 2-0 is the count. Marshawn at the plate. And he takes a strike on the outside edge for strike 1. You know, I guess that it's a big deal now these days, but apparently people are going off on Twitter that Paul George's wife followed Joel Embiid's wife today, and Joel Embiid's wife followed her back. So I guess that's big news now, because maybe that's a sign that Paul George is coming, probably. The pitch popped up, hit out over towards the shortstop area, and there to make the catch is Tim Anderson for out number 1. Money line today, well, for Miami, according to FanDuel, it's at plus 380, and for the Phillies, it's at minus 660. The pitch to Bryson Stott as we head back to the top of the order is upstairs. Stott flied out to center to start off the bottom of the first. The 1-0, and that's fouled off. It is pretty humid. And also, we don't know how the weather's going to be. So, 3-Step says that he's doing good here in D.C. Nice. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Nat just missed. I think that was the first splitter I've seen today from Chirinos. It was just barely outside. It's not wasting any time. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is taken for strike 2. Brian Reynolds had a 25-game hitting streak. And today that was snapped. It was the longest streak since Marcus Semien also reached 25. 2-2 on the way. Line drive into center field. On the run is Chisholm, and he loses his cap, and he does make the catch. Man, that thing was scorched. Out to center, and Chisholm just had to run a long ways, and his cap came flying off, and there's 2 outs. Of course, Trey Turner has had the longest one. Nobody has been able to reach that since 2022. He had a 26-game hitting streak. And speaking of Trey, the birthday boy's up to bat, and he takes a strike at the knees. It's a 0-1 count. 25-game hitting streak. That's impressive. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch to Turner. Line drive into left center field, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. De La Cruz does get over to it on 2 bounces, and Turner, for the second time today, gets on with a single. This time it's here in the bottom of the second. I wonder how many 25-game hitting streaks there have been throughout Major League Baseball. I remember Bryson Stott, to start off the season, had like one of the longest hitting streaks to start off a season, and that was last year for the Phils. Here's Alec Bohm, and he takes a strike. It's a slider at the knees at 85. Turner's over at first. Bohm had a 2-run homer his last time up to give the Phillies a 2-1 lead. It was his 10th homer of the season and his 68th RBI. The ball's one strike. And the pitch, line drive out to right field for a base hit. Turner's going to think about going to third. The throw is drawn, and Turner's going to stay over at second as the throw was made by the right fielder Myers over to second base. And back-to-back singles for the Phils, and Brandon Marsh is coming up to the plate. So the Phillies have something cooking here. Charge! See some charges in the chat. Here's Brandon Marsh batting in the cleanup spot. He struck out his last time up. Has overall done a pretty good job with the Phillies over his last couple of games. 2 outs, 2 runners on, and the pitch is inside, way inside for a ball. Marsh's average is at 264. Did strike out in the first. Ended up going 0 for 4 in last night's game, or yesterday afternoon's game. 1-0, and that's wide for ball 2. Lifetime against Chirinos. Just 0 for 1 coming into today with a strikeout. 2 balls, no strikes. And the windup and the pitch fouled off. It's really the pitch from the stretch. Two balls, 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. On deck is Castellanos. And here's the 2-1. The Marsh swing and a miss. He got a fastball that was way up high towards the eye level, and thought it was good to swing at that. And it's a 2-2 count. Five seconds left on the pitch clock. 45 pitches for Chirinos and the 2-2, and that breaking ball misses low for ball 3, and good eye by Marsh. Thought about swinging after it. It's a big at-bat here for the 26-year-old from Buford, Georgia. Hitting .327 with runners in scoring position this season with 4 extra base hits. Here's the 3-2 to Marsh. Downstairs for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases again for the Fightins. And Castellanos is coming up with the bases loaded. And the Phillies get some more runs here. Comment down below. Charge! Like that? Is that better, Larry? Is that better? Cool. All right, here we go. Castellanos comes up, and time, I believe, is called by Castellanos as he wants to take a quick step out of the box. Over his last 10 games, he's batting .250 with 2 homers and 8 RBI, 4 walks as well, and 10 strikeouts. First pitch, and he takes it outside for a ball. Chirinos just has not been himself today. 1 ball, no strikes. The next pitch, swing and a miss. He got fooled on the slider. It looked like it was going to be high, and then it just came right back into the strike zone. Lifetime Castellanos with 7 career grand slams. He is 3 for 11 with the bases loaded this season. And the pitch, that is just fouled. Castellanos barely got a piece of it. Casti has gotten a hit in 3 out of his last 4 games. In this series so far, he's 2 for 10 with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, and the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. It's popped up, hit out over towards the right field side, and foul ground, and Berger gives it a look, and it just hits the net. It's What's up, Rick? How you doing, man? Yes, JJ, much better. Good. 255 people watching. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on those notification bell icons. Big 1-2 pitch coming up by Chirinos as he looks back at third. Now back to the plate, and the 1-2 here it is. Swing and a miss, and Castellanos strikes out on a 94-mile-per-hour heater. So the Phillies leave the bases loaded. Once again, that's for the second time today, and we head to the top of the third. 2-1 Phillies. Nice. Nice, Rick. Phillies have 8 base runners through 2 innings today, which matched their total from all of yesterday's game, according to Paul Casella. About that. I don't know if you guys follow the Fransky in LA Twitter account. It's a fan account that was made by somebody who's a big fan of the Phillies radio cast. But he just tweeted out, Castellanos chasing the high ones like he's Kit Keller. It's really funny. It's wild. Six left on base in 2 innings. Yep. All right. In case you are new to my channel, we need 10 more subs to get us to 3,200. What's up, Linda? How you doing? Hi, Linda. We go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles play-by-plays and podcasts as well. We will also be doing a live watch party of NBA free agency tonight, which begins at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Will the Sixers get Paul George? Will they trade for a star like Lauri Markkanen? Will they do both? Interesting stuff happening tonight in Philadelphia sports for sure. Here we go to the top of the third. Top of the lineup due up in the order for the Marlins, and the first pitch is taken at the knees for strike one. It was a heater at the knees. Chisholm is 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first, and he grounds this one foul. Phillies have been in the talks for maybe getting Jazz Chisholm Jr. at the trade deadline. He's 26 years old. He's from Nassau in the Bahamas. The 0-2 pitch, low and outside for a ball. He bats lefty, but he throws righty. Lifetime against Ranger. Well, he's just 2 for 12. Next pitch, and that's taken for a ball, too. Pretty cloudy at the bank. Time called by Jazz. It's another really good crowd, though. Phillies are 7.5 games above the Braves in the NL East. They're 54-29, the Phils. 2-2 on the way, and that's inside for ball 3. Jazz has been a member of the Marlins since 2020. 3-2 pitch. Slow roller hit over towards the first base side, and Ranger tried to backhand it, and, well, he could not get to it. Or he tried to track it down, and he just could not field it properly, and that's going to be ruled as an infield single because Chisholm probably would have still beat that out. See again. So it was a little trick shot over towards the first base side, and Ranger, he did get to it. And his glove was just a little bit on top of the baseball, so he couldn't get it into the glove properly, and it would have been tough to get him. I think that Jazz would have easily beaten that one out. Otto Lopez is coming up, batting in the 2 spot, then he takes a cutter for ball 1. Jazz, you got to watch him on the bases. He has 14 stolen bases this season so far, but he's gotten caught 6 times. Next pitch, that's fouled off. Lopez hitting .256, has 3 homers, 19 RBI as well on the season. Grounded out to third in the first. There's a little toss back over to first. It's not in time. Lopez against left-handed pitching this season is batting .222. He's 10 for 45. Ranger, of course, a lefty on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Line drive caught over at shortstop by Turner. He glances back over to first, and Chisholm stays right where he is. Nice play by Trey. Ended up having to get up on one knee. So it was a line drive over to short. Did they really rule the Jazz Chisholm play as an E1? I think that Ranger wouldn't have had a play anyways. Let's get to 2 under likes, people. Here's Brian De La Cruz. First pitch is down low, and the throw over the second to get Jazz is just in time. What a throw by Marchand! And he gets a standing ovation as well. The Marlins may want to check this. But man, what a throw that was by Rafael Marchand. They say play on, and Jazz is out at second like a dead fish. Wow. That pitch was low, and just the reaction time by Marchand was absolutely perfect. He got up, and Bryson was able to swipe Chisholm right on the left shoulder. And there's 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. That was insane. The fact that their third string catcher is this good defensively, and he is. He's really, really good defensively. That's really impressive. The 1-1, that's outside. It was a changeup at 80 miles per hour. And just, again, you look at the replay of this throw. Stott's covering the bag, drops his glove down, and he has plenty of time to tag him. The pitch, and that is fouled off. That was a good play by Stott, too. He knew he had to go on over to second, and he did it in just a really good amount of time. So it's a 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Chisholm got caught for his 7th time this season. He's 14 for 21 in stolen base attempts. 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over to right field. Castellanos goes back towards the track, and De La Cruz ties the game on a solo homer out to right field. And he waves goodbye to the fans as well. That's home run number 15 for Brian De La Cruz. He's just been their best hitter this season. And that's also RBI number 40. Looks like he got a fastball that was right down the middle, and this guy's power is really underrated. You know, if he's playing for the Yankees or if he's playing for the Dodgers, he would get so much more hype. That's how much of a star he is. So he's 2 for 2, and here's Josh Bell, who's 1 for 1. Had an RBI double to give the Marlins at the time a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. And the pitch. The first pitch was outside. The second pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. And you talk about how big that pickoff was. Well, guess what? That was big because that would have been a 2-run homer. Pitch. Line drive, foul. Ranger has not allowed a lot of home runs this season. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over to third. Backhanded by Bohm. The throw over to first and foul ground. What a play by Alec Bohm. It didn't even hit the ground when he threw it over to first. My goodness, the Phillies defense has been coming to life today. Bohm able to make a nice play, a Manny Machado-esque type of a throw over to first base. And Cody Clemens with great extension. And we head to the bottom of the third. The Marlins do tie it back on a solo home run by Brian De La Cruz. It's 2-2, bottom of the third. Here we come. That play by Bohm was awesome. That was sick. Yankees now lead at 4-0. Saw that Aaron Judge hit a home run. It was his 31st of the season. DJ LeMahieu's now back in their lineup as well. All right. Bottom of the third. What was everybody's final score prediction? We didn't get to all of that. 6 more subs till we get to 3,200. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game as well. And we do pods on here. We need to see more offense. I agree. I absolutely agree. But the defense today has been unbelievable. I want to see them win these games. Obviously, you're missing Kyle Schwarber and JT Realmuto, right? But another big reason why you do have to win these games, and I can kind of understand it now, like why fans were upset about last night's game, is that the schedule does not get easier. You know, you got to play the Chicago Cubs coming into next week. They have to go out to Wrigley Field, and the Cubs pitching staff has been really good this season. So you have the off day tomorrow, and then you play the Braves, and then you play the Dodgers. So that's not going to be easy. That's really not going to be easy at all. All right, so here we go. Bottom of the third inning. And the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. So it is understandable, like, why fans would get upset, because the schedule does not get easy for the next 10 games. 1-0 pitch to Cody, and that swung on and missed. It was a fastball at 92 miles per hour. Astros lead at 1-0 in New York at Queens against the Mets. They're threatening with 2 runners on in the top of the fourth and nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike in the pitch, and that's going to be blooped out over to center field. Chisholm is going to get under it, though, and he does make the catch. It hung up there for a very long time, and there's 1 out. Kathy says, JJ, FYI, ruling on Jazz Chisholm's Jr. reaches on a fielding error by pitcher Ranger Suarez. Yep, I said that. Yep. Thanks for clarifying that, though. You probably didn't hear that, but Larry did say that. But I appreciate you telling me. That should have been a single, though. I don't understand. Here's Whit Merrifield, and the first pitch is taken for a strike. Chirino's still on the bump. Next pitch, and that's just a little bit high for a ball. Whit got hit by a pitch in the first. That would load the bases for David Dahl, who grounded out to first to end the inning. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. One out, bottom of the third. Base is empty. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Chirinos winds up and fires the 1-2, and that is grounded foul. So as we mentioned before, Yanni is now 30 years old. He's from Venezuela. Played for the Rays and the Braves. 1-2 pitch on the way, a splitter that swung on and missed, and there's the third strikeout today by Yanni Chirinos. Merrifield goes chasing after a splitter that was low and away, and there's 2 outs. Yanni was with the Rays organization from 2018 to 2023. Here's David Dahl. The first pitch he sees, he slices this one to center field for a base hit. And Dahl able to get on with a single. A 2-out single here. Let's see where this pitch was. It was right down the middle, and Dahl knew exactly where it was going, and he didn't want to pull it. Didn't want to provide too much power, and he just put the ball in play and hit it square on. Chirinos did have Tommy John surgery back in August of 2020. It was on an elbow injury. He was placed on the 60-day IL on February 22nd of 2021 to continue to recover from that. That was while he was still with the Rays. Pitch, and that's taken down low. And then when he came back, he had a 4-4 record along with a 4.02 ERA with 31 strikeouts in 62 innings. 1-0 pitch to Clemens. Swung on, lifted out to center field. Chisholm just jogs on over towards his left side, and he does make the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, a 2-out single by David Dahl, and we've played 3 frames so far and head to the 4th. All tied up, 2-2. He was then claimed off of waivers by the Braves in July of 2023, and he had a 9.27 ERA in 5 starts with the Braves before going back on the injured list with right elbow inflammation. And the season would then be over. And that was his last outing, and then he signed with the Marlins after that. Five more subs, so we get to 3,200. Mod Squad, how many likes do we have? Give me a like count. Give me a like count on here. Let's get to 212. We have 212 people on here watching. Every team loses to bad teams. Yep, that's the nature of sports. That's how it goes. And sometimes you just have these teams or these players that just psychologically own you, right? So we think about, for example, Tom Brady, right? We think about him as one of the greatest of all time. But Eli Manning and the Giants beat the Patriots in 2 Super Bowls, right? So, and then when they would play each other in the regular season, there would be that sort of fear because Eli was successful against Tom. That's how it goes in sports. Top of the 4th inning, Marlins have 2 runs on 3 hits. Phillies have 2 runs on 7 hits. And 1 error as well. Only 79 likes. We got to change that, guys. Let's do it. Jay Berger up at the plate. And the pitch, and that's taken for low for a ball. A ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way, it's a sinker at 90 miles per hour, just at the knees. Berger went to Christian Brothers College High School, and then went to college at Missouri State University. 1-1, that's way up high and outside for ball 2. He was drafted by the White Sox in the 2017 MLB Draft. He was a first-round draft selection. Then made his debut in 2021. Pitch. That's taken all the way for strike 2. He was named the Missouri Valley Conference Freshman of the Year when he was playing for the Missouri State Bears. During his freshman year, he batted .342 with 4 homers and 42 RBI in 57 games. So for 7 lifetime against Ranger. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to shortstop, and Turner has it, fields it, throws it over to first. And there's 1 away. But as a junior in 2017, he actually hit 328, and he had smashed 22 homers and 65 RBI, and he was named Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. He was the 11th overall pick by the White Sox. The pitch on the way to Dane Myers. Fly ball hit out over to right field, and that's going to go all the way towards the wall. And, well, Myers is going to get in there for a stand-up double. Opposite field stand-up double with one out in the fourth. Yeah, Christian Brothers College High School. That's what it's called. Tim Anderson comes up, and the first pitch, he ropes this one out to center field, but on the run and making the catch is the center fielder Marsh for the Phils. Hit in the perfect spot, and Marsh records out number 2. Marlins are hitting the ball today pretty hard off of Ranger, more than what you would expect. Now here comes Emmanuel Rivera. And here's the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over to right field. Castellanos plays it off the top of the wall. And jogging in to score is Dane Myers. The throw over to second base is cut off, and, well, that's an RBI triple by Emmanuel Rivera as he jogs into third, standing up. And the Marlins take a 3-2 lead. They didn't even show him going over to third base. But it is an RBI triple. The pitch was right down the middle, and it just stayed in there. He just scorched that thing out to right field. 3-2 Marlins. So Rivera gets an RBI triple. And by the way, that's his first triple since 2022. 2 outs and the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. Ali Sanchez is due up in the order. Grounded out to short his last time up to end the second inning. Ranger would certainly like that here. 1-0 pitch, and that should have been called a strike. It was at the knees, but it's called a ball by Nick Lentz. Phillies have not gotten some good calls today. They call it an RBI double by Emmanuel Rivera, even though he was over at third base. They're going to rule it as an error on Castellanos for bobbling it a little bit. I mean, he just had a slight bobble. Yep, they called it an error. All right, so it's an RBI double, not an RBI triple. It's an RBI double and an E9. And Castellanos does not make a lot of errors out in right field. So that's his first error since 2022. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is low for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is low and inside for ball 4. That cutter misses. Ranger just is not getting that oomph on his pitches today. So it's a walk to Ali Sanchez. And you have to think to yourself that the Ranger, obviously it's not like him, but you still want to see him compete. First pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. So it's an 0-1 count. And the next pitch, that is outside for a ball. Jazz is 0 for 2. Reached on an error his last time up. And also grounded out to second in the first. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. And it's now a 1-2 count. Let's see where this pitch was. That was a good curveball that he threw right there. Rangers allowed 3 earned runs in 3 2/3 so far. 2 walks allowed. Still hasn't gotten a strikeout either, which is interesting. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's tapped foul. He's 28 years old. So far has allowed 7 runs over his last 2 outings, and his ERA just bounced over a 2. 1-2 pitch by Suarez. That misses outside for ball 2. Just said that. Similar minds think alike. Or like minds think alike. Still is looking for 100 strikeouts on the season. Can he get it here? The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's fouled off. Chisholm putting up a good at-bat. The pitch was inside, and there was a defensive swing by him. The hit that he allowed to Emmanuel Rivera was a breaking ball. It was a hanging breaking ball. The windup and the pitch. And that's fouled off. Seven pitches in this at-bat so far between Ranger and Jazz. 68 pitches, and we're not even through the fourth. 2-2 pitch on the way, and there's a pop-up hit out over towards the third base side and foul ground. Bohm does give it a look, and it hits the netting just beyond the tarp. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch is fouled off once again. Phillies were 8-7 against the Marlins last year. And they were 12-7 against the Marlins in 2022. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch, ground ball back up the middle for a base hit, and 1 run's easily going to come in to score. It's Emmanuel Rivera, and stopping over at third is Ali Sanchez, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. able to make it now a 4-2 ball game on a good at-bat by him as he slices it up the middle for an RBI single. The pitch was right down the middle, and Jazz just got it off the end of the bat. And he hit it just square up the middle. Just a good piece of hitting. So now, Caleb Cotham is going to go on out there to talk things over with Ranger. And usually, you don't see Caleb Cotham go out there to have a conversation with him specifically. So that's a testament to how great that he's been this season. Cotham is 36 years old. He's the youngest pitching coach in all of baseball, if you didn't know that. He was the Reds' assistant pitching coach in 2019 and in 2020. Played for the Yankees in 2015 and the Reds in 2016. So it's 4-2, Miami. And Otto Lopez is coming up to bat. Rangers still on the bump. Runners at the corners. And the pitch is outside for a ball. I don't see any action in the bullpen right now. At least they're not showing it. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, and that's fouled away. I wouldn't say that Ranger had a bad outing his last time. He had one bad inning. He allowed four, like, he was really good throughout the first 4 innings, and then the 5th inning was bad. I mean, is it a bad overall outing, I guess? Maybe you could say that, but I don't think that tells the full story. The 1-1 pitch, line drive caught by Ranger, and that's going to end the inning. So, it was a little comebacker to him, and Ranger does make the catch, but the Marlins able to get 2 runs on a RBI double by Emmanuel Rivera, and an RBI single by Jazz Chisholm Jr. Phillies looking to respond as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 Miami. All right. 213 people tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. No, wait, the inning's going to continue. Are they going to rule it as batter's interference? They do. They rule it as catcher's interference, and that's how he gets on. What? Now Brian De La Cruz is up, and the pitch, and there's a ground ball over to shortstop, and the flip over to second is in time, and that's going to end the inning. So my mistake. We head to the bottom of the 4th now. Bases were loaded, and now we go to the bottom of the 4th. Interference. How about that? Well, that's how we do it. PJ Tucker has just exercised his $11.5 million club option with the Clippers. Huh. Can't believe it. Yeah, they ruled it as interference. Catcher's interference. Huh. Interference. All right, bottom of the 4th. I hope that you're all doing well. I know that the Phillies are not having a good day so far, but I do want to say that I really appreciate you all so much for rocking with me ever since we started off last season, and it's been a lot of fun. I want you guys to comment down below because I am curious. When did you find our channel? When did you start following us? Was it this year? Was it last year? I'm just curious because I think that we've now are really growing our audience, and I'd like to know when you guys found us. Was it April of this year? Do you remember? Because I started this on December 18th of 2022. The umpires this series have been bad on both sides. It happens, man. This year on Memorial Day is when I found you, JJ. That's cool. About a week ago, says 3-Step. Larry found us at the beginning of April of last year. Cash Hawk says just now. Cool. All right. Bryson Stott's going to lead things off for the Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Phillies trail 4-2. Ranger Suarez has not had a good day so far. First pitch by Chirinos, and that's taken for a ball. Leo says this year, May, June-ish. Okay, so beginning of the month, end of May. 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Aaron Judge now has 288 career homers. 9 more than in any other player in his first 1,000 career games. That's wild. 2-0 pitch, and that's taken inside and low for ball 3 to Bryson Stott. The 3-0 delivery to Stott. Here it is, and it's taken all the way for a strike. Found you in the last 2 weeks as well. JT, please come back. Liz found us about a week ago. I went to a game and can't get them on TV where I live, and I found you. Nice. Next pitch, and that's taken for strike 2. Phillies are down 4-2. They were down 1-0 in the top of the first, and then the Phillies responded on a 2-run homer by Bohm in the bottom of the first, and that's been their offense today. 3-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. They've left the bases loaded twice, in the first and in the second. Marlins were able to get the lead back. They got an RBI double by Emmanuel Rivera in the top of the fourth, along with an RBI single by Jazz Chisholm Jr. 3-2 pitch, line drive, diving catch by Jazz Chisholm Jr. And, well, that's the second at-bat in a row where Stott has hit square to Jazz really sharply. And Jazz just flexes out and makes a nice catch. What a play. He is quite an athlete. He's still 26 years old, and Chirinos gives him a little fist pump. A little air fist pump, if you will. Now Trey Turner's up to bat, and he takes it low and outside for a ball. And that's the thing, too, is that sometimes, like, when you're in a slump and you're hitting the ball sharply and you're not getting the results, I mean, it's nice that he's hitting the ball harder, but you would think that the results are going to come pretty soon. Hopefully. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trey Turner. Bottom of the fourth. And time called very quickly by the catcher, Ali Sanchez. It was a really nice catch. Turner's 2 for 2 on his birthday. He has singled twice. Time called once again by Trey. Remember, he had a cycle on his birthday a couple of years ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch, and I don't know what he was swinging at there. It was a splitter that was in the dirt. He really got fooled on that one. Found JJ in the middle of May. Nice. 1-2 pitch, here it is, swing and a miss, and Turner strikes out. He got fooled on another splitter that was running inside, and there's 2 outs. We should call this the Debbie Downers chat. Well, that's the thing about this, man. You know, we're all fans, right? We all want the team to succeed. We do. Fortunately, JJ's a little bit behind. I'm not behind on the game. Oh, compared to you guys, maybe. Probably. Bohm. On the first pitch, he'll pop this one out to center field, and Chisholm doesn't even have to flinch, and he does make the catch. The side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils, and we head to the top of the fifth. It's 4-2 Marlins. But, you know, the one thing that I've learned, and I still have to learn, you know, even yesterday I kind of got a little bit, I don't want to say I got a hand, but I was a little bit, I guess, engaged like in the negativity, and I kind of got a little bit emotional, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But the one thing that you learn as you do this, because this is new, right? When things are going well, everything's positive, right? And then when things aren't going so well, which we really haven't had a lot of that this season, not a whole lot of it. When things aren't going so well, you have to learn how to deal with the negativity. And sometimes I don't look. Sometimes I don't look at the chat because I know, like, as a fan, I'd be getting emotional too. But my job, right, my job is to be on my A game. Whether we are good or whether we stink. That's the truth, right? I can call out the team and I can criticize them when they're doing bad, but I got to keep it even keel. That's the one thing that comes with doing this with the digital media airways that you didn't really have to deal with on cable or on radio, right? Like, you'd have people that would maybe text or comment in, but it wasn't live. So that's how we do. We get in our feels, right? That's why you guys are Philly freaks, and that's a part of what comes with the job. So it's cool, though, because we have something in common. JJ, I sent a message on Discord earlier. All right. I didn't check it. Should I check it now? Nope. My cable's up to date. Cable's up to date, so first pitch is taken for a ball. Josh Bell up at the plate. I can't do anything about it. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next pitch is low and outside for a ball. So it's 2 balls, no strikes. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-0 pitch, and that's taken outside for ball 3. David says, I found you right before Memorial Day at my work. I was looking for a Phillies game. 3 balls, no strikes to Josh Bell in the next pitch. Ground ball, diving stop by Bohm. He gets up on his feet, throws over to first, and it's going to get away from Cody Clemens. It was a tough play. And then going over to second base is Bell. Actually hit the backstop of the camera well. And, well, Bell is able to go over to second base. So Ranger with 79 pitches ends up allowing Josh Bell to get on base. Bohm had a really nice diving stop. It was a really nice play. And as soon as he got up, Cody just had to sort of lunge for it, and the throw was wide by Bohm. It was a sidearm throw, and he couldn't keep it out in front of him. So Bell's over at second. They're probably going to call that an infield single and an E5. That's what I would assume. Here's Jay Berger, who takes a ball inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Top of the 5th. Runner over at second. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next one is outside for a ball. 2-0 is the count. Top of the 5th inning. Jake Berger at the plate. Ranger kicks, delivers, and he gets the call that time. It was a little bit inside for a strike. Yeah, my cable's up to date, so. The 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled back. I always wondered before if it was a Comcast problem or if it was a Verizon thing. Because some people are ahead. Or is it just the area? I don't know what it is. 2-2 pitch. And there's a fly ball hit out over to center field. And there to make the catch is Brandon Marsh. So 1 out, top of the 5th. Phillies have their first 4-error game since May 10th of 2022. Here comes Myers, and the first pitch is bunted foul. Myers in 226 with 1 homer and 10 RBI on the season so far. He's 28 years old from Columbus, Texas. And the 0-1 is way up high and inside for a ball. I'm surprised that Ranger's still pitching. Bell leads off over at second. And the 1-1 on the way. Line drive into left center field for a base hit, and Bell's easily going to score. So he's being waved home. Brandon Marsh gets over to it. And it's now a 5-2 ball game for the Marlins, as Dane Myers able to come through with his second double today. And Rob still just shaking his head. And oh man, got a hanging pitch right down the middle. And Myers was able to take advantage of it. Just hit it out to left center field. And it went into the alleyway. Here's Tim Anderson. Comes up, and he takes the ball inside. So now, Jose Ruiz is warming up in the pen. The pitch, and there's a ground ball hit over to first base. Clemens says that he has it, and it'll just tag the bag for out number 2. Myers does advance on over to third base. What's up, the dude? Two outs, top of the 5th. 89 total pitches by Suarez. Honestly, this is probably, I think it's safe to say that this is the poorest outing that he's had this season. There's a Rivera who fouls off the first pitch. He had an RBI double his last time up. Marlins have 5 runs on 8 hits. Phillies today with 4 errors as well. The ball is 1 strike. And there's a line drive it out to left field for a base hit. That's going to score another run. So Myers will jog on in to score, and it's now 6-2 Marlins. And you can hear the fans starting to boo just a little bit. So back-to-back hits, and Rob Thompson has seen enough. So he's going to pull the plug with Ranger Suarez. This is his, besides the injury that he suffered against the Cardinals, this is his shortest outing that he's had this season. Six earned runs today. First time since September 27th of 2023. And we have a pitching change. Guys, keep it clean in the chat. You know, I know that we have, like, other people that, you know, are going to come on here. Other people are going to hate, whatever. Whether it's on me, whether it's on the team, or they're going to spam. But, Mods, this is why I need you, man. This is why I need you. I need you. If somebody is spamming the chat, or if somebody is really just being disrespectful to me or to somebody else, I need you to get rid of them. So I need y'all to step up if you are on here. So, all right. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. I love each and every one of you, and I thank you all so much for riding and dying with us. Yeah, man. Let me ask you. So, when you, what would you say was like the biggest blowout that you've ever saw? The biggest blowout that you've ever saw in sports. In sports. Rough game, it happens, for sure. Yeah. I'm not saying that, like, you can be negative, like, that's fine. But when you're coming after me, like, when you're saying that, you know, I'm not going to make a living off of this, or, like, when you're just spamming the chat, that's not cool. You know, I don't vibe with that. So, that's all I'm saying. Top of the 5th, still with a runner over at first. Ruiz on the bump, and the pitch is inside and high for a ball. Ali Sanchez walked in the 4th, hitting .231. Ruiz versus Sanchez here in the 1-0 pitch. Line drive, diving stop by Turner, and he's going to have to eat that one up. And there's another infield base hit. This time it's by Ali Sanchez. Lou says, remember when the Eagles destroyed the Cowboys in 08 to make the playoffs like 45-3? That's the one that I remember. That's a good one. I like that. Hot take, but trade Nick Castellanos. I don't know if that's really a hot take. You know what I mean? But maybe it is. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike. It was a curveball at 86 miles per hour. Just taken at the top third part of the zone. Jazz hitting 261, reached on an error, also singled, and had an RBI as well. 0-1 pitch, and that is inside for a ball. Romo was crying. 4 more subs till we get to 3,200, man. Still got 180 people tuning in. That's awesome. 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to first. This should finally end the inning, and it will, as Cody Clemens gets to it and tags the bag, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 5th, 6-2 is the score for the Marlins. When you say that you're ahead, or that I'm a little bit more behind today, are you talking about like the ESPN? You know what I mean? Are you talking about ESPN, or are you just talking about, are you talking about the scoreboard up here? Is the scoreboard a little bit more ahead? If so, I can take it off, but I know that you guys like it up here. There's nothing else I can do about that. It's not a hot take. I like Nick, but he's very inconsistent. Yes, he's really inconsistent, for sure. $6 p.m. Of course I'm ready. We're going to be going live for that, too. We'll be going live for that, too. You know, I kind of want to see what that hater had to say in my comments. I kind of want to see it. I'll look at it after the game. It's just funny to me, man. I don't understand, like, how people can just, how people just have the time to say, like, really, really hurtful things or hateful things like that to just put others down. You know, I think it's funny. I do. I think it's really funny. What's the night, dude? The NBA free agency. NBA free agency is tonight. You can scroll it off your screen, too, because it's above JJ's head, and you can still read the chat boxes. Yep. You could still do that. I don't know what the Sixers are going to do tonight, man. 4 more subs till we get to 3,200, man. Let's go. Bottom of the 5th, 6-2 Marlins in the pitch. And that is hit out over towards left field. It is a foul ball, though. And it goes out of play. Marsh did walk in the second. He's hitting 264 with 7 homers and 31 RBI. The 0-1. That's taken on the inside corner for strike 2. Torino's still pitching, by the way. 77 pitches. Time called really quickly. Ten seconds left on the pitch clock. And the windup in the pitch to Marsh. And that's just a little bit low. Just to put it in perspective, Ranger allowed 6 runs in all of April. Next pitch, and that's taken for a ball as well, so it's now a 2-2 count. 6 earned runs today for Ranger. And he allowed 8 earned runs in all of May. That's how great he's been. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Marsh. Here it is. A fly ball hit out over to left field, and it's going to hit off the top of the wall. De La Cruz plays it on the bounce, and Marsh is going to have to slide in the second. The throw is not in time. It was dropped anyways by Tim Anderson. And there's a leadoff double in the bottom of the 5th. Phillies have something potentially cooking here. I mean, that was a nice piece of hitting by Marsh, too. Looked like he got a pitch that was over the outside part of the plate and was just able to slice it out to left field. Hit off the very, very top of the wall. De La Cruz has a really, really good arm, too. Thank goodness it was dropped by Tim Anderson. All right, so here's Castellanos. He's up at the plate, and the first pitch is fouled back. How about Taj Bradley? Has gone 5 2/3 today against the Nationals, and he struck out 11 batters. Good for him. Casty's 1 for 2. Ended up getting a single back in the first. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next pitch is inside for a ball. It's really, really wild. Johnny Chirinos with 82 pitches. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. It was a sinker at 93 miles per hour. Huascar Brazoban is warming up in the bullpen for the Fish. One ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. And it takes a couple of bounces and a good stop by Ali Sanchez once again. Two balls, 2 strikes. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch to Castellanos, fly ball hit out over to left field. It's going back towards the track. De La Cruz can't make the catch. And coming in to score is Brandon Marsh. He tried to leap up to make the catch, and Castellanos with a stand-up RBI double. And the Phillies strike back and cut the deficit in half. So Castellanos able to hit it a long ways out over towards the wall. Man, oh man. What a nice piece of hitting, too. So back-to-back doubles hit by the Phils, and Cody Clemens is coming up to bat. Bottom of the 5th. Clemens, of course, batting on the left side. And the first pitch is taken for strike 1. It's a slider at the knees at 83. Almost at the 2-hour mark. Cody singled in the first, and he's 1 for 2 today. The 0-1 pitch popped up and skied towards shallow left field. De La Cruz does get underneath it, and he makes the catch. It was hanging on for a while. Don't spam the chatting in. See again here on this. That would have been a really nice catch by De La Cruz. Almost made an acrobatic catch. So that's going to be it for Chirinos, as we have another pitching change. This time it's going to be made by Skip Schumacher. And I'm going to take a very, very quick step off. I'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for more Phillies baseball. Be right back. All right, back in action. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe as well. All right, hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Here we go. Bottom of the fifth. Runner over at second base and one out. It's another hot day here at the bank. It's not too hot, though. Not too hot outside, but you do have the fans. Fans being blown, and still a lot of fans in attendance. So Oscar Brazaban's going to be pitching for the Marlins. He has a 5.63 ERA, and Merrifield is coming up to bat. One out, and the pitch to Witt is a little bit outside, but it's a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch in the first. Also ended up striking out in the third. The 0-1 pitch, and that's another strike called at 96, just at the knees. Well, Oscar's 34 years old now, 6'3", 155 pounds. Really skinny. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that breaking ball misses. Brazaban got his start with the Marlins back in 2022. He is a strikeout dominant pitcher. 65 strikeouts in 58 innings last year. And the 1-2 pitch, and that swung on and missed. And Merrifield strikes out for the second time today. And David Dahl is coming up to bat. It's his third season. He's from Villamella, which is in the Dominican Republic. Last time he pitched, he ended up allowing 5 earned runs in 2/3 of an inning against the Royals. And that was in the 8th inning. The pitch, swing and a miss to David Dahl. The Marlins actually had a 1-0 lead, and then he was the one that allowed all 5 runs in the 8th inning to Kansas City. 0-1 pitch. And that breaking ball is going to get away from Ali Sanchez, but not too far away. And Castellanos stays put over at second base. Did we get to 100 likes yet, guys? What's our like count? In Dahl we trust. I like that. David batting .261, 3 homers, 8 RBI as well. He grounded out with the bases loaded earlier in the game. The pitch fouled away. One ball, 2 strikes, and the next pitch swung on and missed, and Brazaban comes in and shuts the door. He strikes out Dahl and Merrifield, and the inning is over. Time to go to the top of the 6th. The Marlins lead at 6-3. A little over 100. All right, let's get to 200, man. If you guys enjoyed this content, hit the super chat button as well, and hit that like button as well. Good looking just reminded me to give you a like. That's why we do it, man. I try not to say it too much, but you know, this is how we spread the word, right? What do you consider old to play baseball? What age do you consider like old to play baseball? I don't know, man. Like, I'd say mid-30s is getting up there. Average lifespan of MLB. I don't know. That's a good question. What do you say? Who was the greatest shortstop in Phillies history? Larry Bowa is for me. Yeah, he is. Best I got to see was Jimmy Rollins. Jose Altuve just got ejected He slammed his helmet and bat on the ground after umpires ruled that he was out on a ball. The Astros argued that Altuve fouled it off of his foot. That was my favorite Philly, but I got to go with Rollins. That's tough. Both of them are really, really good. You vote Rollins? Okay. I mean, Rollins' defense was great, and he was fast. Not saying that Bo wasn't fast, but Rollins was a great leadoff hitter. I think that he's the best leadoff hitter, arguably, in Phillies history. Here we go, Ruiz with the first pitch here, and it's a ground ball hit over to third. Bohm gobbles it up and throws it over to first, and it's in time for an out. I'll take Brycey at 50 any day, JJ. At 50 years old, yeah, for sure. If he's still playing at a high level. So Otto Lopez grounded out to third. Rollins in 07 was insane. He was. Here's Brian De La Cruz, who's 2 for 3 today, and he takes a pitch that's just up high for a ball. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch, and that's taken for a strike at 97. And I got to tell you that since we're talking about shortstops, Hanley Ramirez, I don't think gets a lot of credit for how good of a shortstop he really, really was with the Marlins. Next pitch, and that's taken for ball 2. I mean, he had a really nice career, especially from like the 08 to 10 seasons. He really was a great hitter for the Florida Marlins. Next pitch, and that's fouled off. He was not really known for his defense, but his offense, I mean, his offense was ridiculous at the shortstop position right when he was in his prime. 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called. And there's a strikeout. Ruiz gets De La Cruz a looking. And there's 2 outs. That pitch was definitely in there for a strike. Retired with the best fielding percentage, Larry Bowie. Yeah, he was a good defensive shortstop. So was Rollins, though, too. Next pitch, and that's up high and outside for a ball. Here's Josh Bell, who's doubled, singled, scored a run, and also had an RBI. And the next pitch, and that's taken for a strike over on the inside corner. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back. That was 2 for 3 today. Him and De La Cruz combined are 4 for 7 with 3 runs scored, 1 homer, and 2 RBI. One-two pitch by Ruiz. Breaking ball that's in the dirt. It's a 2-2 count. Josh Bell is 31 years old. He has 160 career homers, 576 career RBI in 1,084 games coming into today. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. And Ruiz comes in and throws a 1-2-3 inning. So he does his job. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 9-1-2 due up in the Phillies order. Just to put this in perspective to the Phillies fans out there, Robert Orr just tweeted this out, and I think that this is a pretty good comparison here. Josh Harrison, okay, if you guys remember him. Josh Harrison was hitting .204 with a 554 OPS and 114 plate appearances when the Phillies cut him. Merrifield is down to a 190 average with a 560 OPS and 154 plate appearances. So it is interesting when you do put that into perspective. And it's not saying that Witt is a bad person or anything like that. He's just really been struggling. You know? It's been tough for him. I've noticed, too, that when, I'm not trying to make excuses, but it is interesting how when the Phillies do get a big name over the last 3 years, right? 3 years ago, it was 3 years ago, it was Nick Castellanos. Last year, it was Trey Turner. And this year, it's Whit Merrifield. There's something to it where they just seem to struggle. And I don't know if it's just getting used to being in a new city, or I don't know if there's any sort of correlation to it. But you do think about it, and the Phillies, when they do get these big names, it does seem that over these last couple of seasons that it just hasn't really gone their way. Here's Rafael Marchand, switch hitting catcher, batting on the left side. He did throw out a runner today, which was a good piece of news for the Phils. And the pitch is outside. Brazoban still pitching. One-zero pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count. And the next pitch is outside for ball 2. Home plate umpire today, Nick Lentz. Two balls, one strike. And the pitch upstairs and outside as well for ball 3. Lentz made his umpiring debut on April 20th of 2016. And the pitch, swing and a miss. The number is 59. He was known on August 31st for ejecting Aaron Boone, who was in the dugout, and he was displeased by a call that was made to by Lentz. It was during a Gleyber Torres at bat. Next pitch, and that's taken outside for ball 4. So Marchand gets on with a leadoff walk. That was a really interesting ejection there. All right, bottom of the 6th. And Bryson Stott's up to bat. The pitch on the way, and there's a little flare out over to center field, and that's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Marchand goes over to second, and Bryson Stott gets aboard with a bloop single out to center field. He hit the ball sharply in his last 2 at-bats, and this time it's a little soft floater out to center, and he gets on. And the tying run is coming up to the plate. Charge! The birthday boy coming up. And it looks like Stottlemyre's going to go out there to the mound to have a conversation with his pitcher, Brazoban, here. A.J. Puk is getting warmed up in the bullpen for the Fish. So, big spot here for Trey Turner. He's now 31 years old. 1,255 at-bats for Trey, and a lifetime 298 batting average, along with 270 steals, 522 RBI, and 153 homers. Also a 2-time All-Star. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. This is huge here for the Phils. Brazoban on the bump. Turner at the plate. A date with destiny as he steps into the ring of fire. First pitch, and that's a 97-mile-per-hour heater taken all the way at the knees for strike one. Trey singled in the first and in the second and also scored a run. The 0-1 pitch, low for a ball. Sir Anthony Dominguez warming up in the Phillies bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Turner, and he fouls that one away towards the first base side, and it's out of play. 43,222 in attendance at CBP. Another sellout. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Turner, here it is, and that's chopped foul. Brewers lead 7-1 against the Cubs. That's who the Phillies are going to play next, the Cubs. Play them on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday out at Wrigley Field. Marchand at second, Stott at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. Phillies down 6-3 against the Marlins, and the 1-2 misses inside and low for ball 2. Turner, of course, was selected by the Padres in the 2014 MLB draft. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and Turner strikes out as he ends up going down on one knee. And there's the first out of the inning. So here's Alec Bohm, who gave the Phillies a 2-1 lead back in the bottom of the first. Looking to come through here and try to tie the game. Pitch number 1, strike 1 at 97. His average at 302, 10 homers, 68 RBI as well. The 0-1 pitch to Bohm, and he fouls it away. The ball's 2 strikes. The pitch, wide, and taken for ball 1. Bohm is hitting .345 with runners in scoring position, 10 doubles, 5 homers, and 55 RBI as well. 1-2 pitch, inside and low, even count. What would you love to see him try to swing for the fences here? Two balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2, another foul ball just off the kneecap of Alec Bohm. Brazoban originally signed with the Rockies as an international free agent back in 2011. And made his debut with the Marlins in 2022. It's great for him. He's 34 years old now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch. Another foul ball, and Bohm stays alive once again. Boy, he is battling here, and that's something that is really good. Power on power. Marchand at second. And a runner at first in the 2-2, and that's low and outside for ball 3. Almost got away from Ali Sanchez. He backhanded it. And the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming right up. And I think it's safe to say that this is the pitch of the game. Marsh waits in the on-deck circle. Stott's at first. Marchand's at second. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Bouncing ball hit over to shortstop. It's dropped by Anderson. And the throw over to first, not in time. Everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 6th for the Phils. That was a ground ball played on a bounce by Anderson. He looked up and didn't realize that the ball popped out of his glove. And that's what happens, and everybody's safe for Philadelphia. Rally time again for the Phils. Just looked up and it just popped out of his glove. He took his eyes off the baseball and Bohm hustled. Charge! And that's going to be it for Brazoban. Marsh will come on up to the plate. This is the 3rd time that the Phillies have the bases loaded. And A.J. Pook, the left-handed pitcher, is going to face the lefty here. Wow. So what happens? How about that? 3 more subs so we get to 3,200, man. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's get a like count. A thumbs up count from the mods. What are we at? Let's get to 267 likes. Tim Anderson's rapid fall is one of the biggest mysteries in baseball, says somebody on Twitter. It's interesting. All right. Mets and Astros are tied 4-4 in the top of these. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. Yankees lead 7-1 against the Blue Jays. Red Sox have a 4-1 lead against the Padres. And then the Brewers lead 7-1 in the top of the 6th versus the Cubs. Rays and Nationals, it's 5-0 Tampa in the top of the 8th. And then Rockies, the Rocks have a 2-1 lead against the White Sox. And the Royals lead at 4-0 as it goes to the 6th. Cardinals also have a 1-0 lead. And the Pirates beat the Braves today 4-2. All right. Brandon Marsh coming up with the bases juiced. So Bohm is aboard at first. He got on with an E6. That could have been an ending double play. Marchand is at 3rd, and Stott's at 2nd. So here's Pook. He has a 5.5 ERA in 34 1/3 of an inning so far this season. He's stepping in for Brazoban. Did pitch against the Phillies on Saturday and Thursday. Marsh looking to come through here. First pitch way outside for ball 1. Charge! It's 2 for 6 with the bases loaded. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next one, that's outside for ball 2. Marsh struck out in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, and also doubled in the 5th as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Pook delivers from the stretch, and the 2-0 is in there for strike 1. Good take by Marsh there. One out, bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. The 2-1 pitch to Marsh, and that's on the outside corner for strike 2. Was a slider at 87 miles per hour. Even count, and Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Can Marsh come through? 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, lifted out to right field, and it is a foul ball. Just got it off the end of the bat, and Marsh does stay alive. Marsh is 1 for 3 against Pook during his career with 2 RBI. Wants to adjust the batting gloves really quickly and now steps back into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Phillies down 6-3. The 2-2 on the way, and that is swung on and missed for strike 3. Got a high fastball, and there's 2 outs. That was running inside. Marsh has now struck out 25 times in 46 at-bats against left-handed pitching this season, according to Luke Arcani. And we'll go back into the tunnel. Here's Castellanos, 2 outs. First pitch, ground ball, past the diving stop of Anderson into left field for a hit. Marchand will score. Stott right behind him, and it's 6-5. And a 2-run single by Castellanos. That's going to cut the deficit to 1. And the Phillies look alive. Charge. Just was able to hit a screamer past the diving stop of Anderson, and the Phillies are down by 1, baby. Stopping at second is Bohm, and the tying run is in scoring position. That's the second RBI base hit by Castellanos today. He's 3 for 4. 2 singles, a double as well, and 3 RBI manufactured just by him alone. And time called on the bump as well. Phillies down by 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And guess who's coming up to bat? It's Edmundo Sosa. He's going to pinch hit for Cody Clemens. Sosa as a pinch hitter in his career, batting 175 with a triple, a homer, and 2 RBI. You can understand why Rob wants to go to him, though. It's a righty on lefty situation. And Merrifield is still in the on-deck circle for now. So Sosa steps up to the plate. 6-5 now. Phillies down by 1. Pitch number 1, then he fouls it back towards the third base side. Can't believe Casty just got that one by Tim Anderson. The ball's 1 strike. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. 2 outs. The 0-1 to Sosa, and he pops it up. It's a foul ball, though, behind home plate. That was Castellanos' 42nd RBI of the season. 0-2 pitch, and a good take by Sosa. They want to try to appeal, and they say no swing over at first base by Emil Jimenez. 1 balls and 2 strikes. Pook with 10 pitches came on in relief for Brazaban, who started off the inning early on. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and Sosa gets fooled on a pitch that was low and inside, and the inning is over. The Phillies do cut the deficit, though, to 1, and we head to the top of the 7th, 6-5 Marlins lead. All right. 325 people tuning in, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on those notification bell icons, baby. Be interested to see who comes in for the Phillies to pitch. Time is at 3:45. This game is, 2 hours and 10 minutes old. Sosa was free swinging there. He was. You're absolutely right, Spurger. 1 more sub till we get to 3,200, man. 1 more sub, and if you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Dude, you're early. You're always early. We're in the top of the 7th, not the bottom of the 7th, my guy. Bottom of the 7th is stretch time and trivia time. Never count this team out. We get into our feels. That's why people are negative, and that's why people are positive on here. Sometimes we're a little bit too positive. Sometimes we're a little bit too negative. But that's how the Phillies fans go. That's how Philly sports is. Welcome. Let's take a sip of water. Beat me to it. That's how it goes. What's up, Troy? Everybody was searching for you yesterday, Troy. They were wondering where you were. It was really funny. It was really funny. Don't forget, after this game is done, at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be going on for NBA free agency. So that'll be really cool. And we'll see what the Sixers decide to do. Have a little watch party. All right, Phillies were down 6-3. Ranger Suarez did not have a good day today for the Phils. He ended up allowing a season-high 6 runs, and Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to come on in for Philadelphia. Ruiz did a good job at, holding down the fort on the bump for the Phils. Pitch, and that's taken for strike one. Tim Kelly also wanted to put this into perspective. In 52 plate appearances against left-handed pitching this season, Marsh is 7 for 45 with 5 walks and 24 strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch, line drive it out to right field for a base hit, and Berger's going to jog on in over to second base. The throw is cut off by Bryson Stott, and there's an extra base hit to right field, and Berger able to get on with an opposite field double. So he was hitless in 3 at-bats. And finally breaks that ice today. And Dane Myers is coming up to the plate. That was a fastball right down the middle, and Berger definitely torches those types of pitches when you give him one right in his wheelhouse. Here's Dane Myers, who looks at a pitch that's way up high and inside at 98 miles per hour. Got to be careful now if you're Dominguez here. I don't mind him being used in this spot, but I wonder how long of a leash he'll get. The 1-0, and that's fouled back. Myers today, 2 for 3. A pair of doubles, a pair of runs, and an RBI as well. Batting average now at .238. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And that slider was right down Broad Street for a swing and a miss. It's a 1-2 count. Top of the 7th. Phillies down 6-5 to the Marlins, in case you are just tuning in. The windup and the pitch. Low. It's a 2-2 count now. Phillies in the National League East are 7.5 games above the Braves. Still have the best record in baseball. And they're up by a game against the Guardians. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to third, backhanded by Bohm, and the throw over to first is in time. Or by Sosa, I should say. Sosa's now playing over at third, and Bohm does slide on over to first base. That was a good play by Sosa. Sosa did a good job at just getting ready and regathering himself there. It was a good throw. And there's 1 out. So Bohm slides over to first. Here's Tim Anderson, who takes the ball. Anderson, of course, had the E6 back in the bottom of the 6th, and also could not play what was a 2-run single that got past him. It was a nice hit by Castellanos. He's looking to try to get a run back. The 1-0 pitch. And that's taken for a strike. A slider that just catches the knees on the inside corner. 0 for 3 today, Anderson is. Andrew Nardi warming up in the Marlins bullpen. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock on the 1-1. Breaking ball that's in the dirt. And a good hold up by Tim Anderson. Phillies will have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order in the bottom of the 7th. But they got to get out of the top of the 7th first. 2-1 pitch, and what a nice play by Marchand. The pitch was way outside, and Marchand just extended his right, or over towards his right side, and made a really nice catch. 3 balls, 1 strike, hitters count. Dominguez gets set, kicks, delivers, another ground ball, hit over to third, throw over to first, and boom, digs it out. Another nice play by Edmundo Sosa. From one corner to another, and there's 2 away in the top of the 7th. That out was pretty big as well. Anderson grounded out over to third his last time up, and Bohm had a really, really nice play. So he was able to throw it on the run over to first. I can't, my guy, it automatically updates. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Emmanuel Rivera up at the plate and the pitch, and that's way outside for a ball at 99 miles per hour. Sosa just did a good job at jogging over towards his right, backhanding it, and throwing it on the run over to first. The pitch on the way. Downstairs. Emmanuel Rivera, a double, a single, a run scored, and 2 RBI for him. Had a really good NLCS for the Diamondbacks last year against the Phillies. 2-0 pitch, and that just misses low for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Holly Sanchez up next. The pitch on the way. Strike 1 right down Broadway. Sir Anthony looking to get out of the inning unscathed. And he calls for time as he steps off the mound really quickly. He's 29 years old, has a 4.39 ERA this season. 3-1 pitch, and that's on the outside corner, catches the plaque for strike 2. Big pitch coming up. Rivera lifetime is 0 for 2 against Dominguez. Here's the payoff pitch, and that's low and outside for ball 4, and Rivera gets on with a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. And Holly Sanchez is due up next in the order. He had him on the ropes there. Even though he was behind in the count 3-0, Dominguez came back firing 2 fastballs, got him for strikes, and then he decided to go with a breaking ball there. Didn't really have the oomph that he wanted. Holly Sanchez today, 1 for 2. He's gotten on base twice. And time called very quickly. Two outs, 2 runners on. The pitch on the way, check swing, did he go? And the first base umpire says no. 6-5 Marlins, top of the 7th, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Holly Sanchez at the dish. Actually said that yes, he did go on the first pitch in the 0-1 pitch, and that swung on and missed for strike 2. Looked like that the first base umpire signaled no, but they didn't really show. They showed it a little bit late, so it's an 0-2 count. It's better than a 1-1 count. Jazz Chisholm Jr. up next. Phillies should end this here. And look to tie it back in the bottom of the 7th. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 pitch, and that just misses. Not by much. The slider was just a hair, and I mean a hair, outside. Close but no cigar. And time called by Holly Sanchez as he wants to regather himself. And adjust the batting gloves as well. Holly has never faced Sir Anthony before in his career. One ball, two strikes. Sanchez looks at third and delivers from the stretch the 1-2, and that just misses by a length of a baseball inside for ball two, and Rob's not happy. Starts chirping a little bit in the dugout. That was at 99 miles per hour, and the home plate umpire, Nick Lentz, is chirping back at Rob. He had to take the mask off, and Caleb Cotham, I think, chirped a little bit too. That pitch was so close. Inside corner, and it was a ball. Not by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 on the way. Check swing. Did he go? He did. Holy Sanchez strikes out, and Sir Anthony Dominguez able to get out of the inning unscathed. Phillies down by 1. It's stretch time at the bank. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Wow. That was wild. Trivia time, baby. Trivia time. All right, bottom of the 7th. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. If you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. We'll do... All right, here's what I want to know. How many Phillies pitchers have thrown no-hitters? How many Phillies pitchers have thrown no-hitters? Trivia time. This has turned into a game, says Lou. Yep. How many Phillies pitchers have thrown no-hitters? Don't all come out at once. 14. All right, that's part A. 14 is correct. Who was the first Phillies pitcher to throw a no-hitter? The first. 14 is correct. First try, you got it, Tyler. Time for like number 2. I like it. So now that we know that 14 pitchers have thrown a no-hitter for the Phillies, who was the first one? Who threw the first Phillies no-hitter? And we just got to 3,200 subs. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Roy Halladay, was he the first? Oh, that's incorrect. Terry Mulholland. Grover Alexander. Nope. Was thinking Robin Roberts. Think about franchise. Bunning. Andrew Nardi's going to be pitching for the Marlins. Thanks, Serena. Appreciate it. Bob Feller. Incorrect. Rick Wise. The dude says Charles Ferguson. And that is correct. Good job. Good job to Tyler and the dude. And Troy got it as well. He was the first one to do it, and he did it in 1885. Great job. Everybody know who the last one is, correct? Who was the last pitcher to throw a Phillies no-hitter? Anybody know who the last one was? Y'all should know. A lot of you should know. If you've been following the Phillies recently. Here's Whit Merrifield to start off the bottom of the 7th. Check swing. Did he go? It's no good. Yeah, he did not go. Who was the last one to throw a no-hitter for the Phillies? 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch, and that's outside for ball 2. Matt Strom, Michael Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen's correct. Yep, you got it. You got it, man. Michael Lorenzen did it last year for the Phils on August 9th. All right, 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch is up high for ball 3. My bad, Michael Lorenzen. Yep. Michael Lorenzen, man. Good job, good job. 2 balls, no strikes. The next pitch was taken for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now. And the 3-0 pitch to Merrifield is a high strike. Merrifield today, hitless in 2 at-bats. 3-1, inside for ball 4, and the tying run is coming up, or the tying run's going to go over to first base. So now here comes David Dahl. Oh, I forgot that one. I wasn't here. That's why I said that. That's why I said that. That is why I asked. Here's David Dahl. Go ahead, run up at the plate. Tying run at first. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch number 1. Strike 1. It swung on and missed on a slider that was just outside. Philly Fanatic, of course, in attendance. It's 4:02 p.m. Eastern Time. First pitch was at 1:35. Merrifield leads off at first in the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? And the third base umpire just said no. He just held up his swing, and not by much. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, the pitch to Dahl, and he fights it off. It's a foul ball. Mets and Astros are in a rain delay now in the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-4. Mets are looking to walk it off against the Astros. The windup and the pitch. Up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 to Dahl. It's popped up and it's fouled away. Bump, 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 bump. I'd like to get some more of those cheer things, just to have that on in the background. Anthony Bender warming up in the Marlins pen. The 2-2 to Dahl. Outside for ball 3, and the count is now full. Phillies have done a good job at getting themselves into deeper counts over these last few innings. Each team today has 11 hits. Marlins lead it, though, 6-5. The payoff pitch outside for ball 4. And that's going to put runners at first and second base. And rally time again for the Phils. Marchand's coming up. Still nobody out. And time called. There's a meeting on the mound here. And Rafael Marchand is coming up. The tying run is at second. Rally towels waving at the bank. Nardi with 12 pitches, and he's walked 2 batters in a row. Marchand 0 for 2. Walked in the 6th and did score a run. Looking to try to tie the game here. Phillies have had a lot of traffic on the bases. Marchand will show bunt. First pitch, that's knocked down over towards the third base side. Rivera gets to it, throws over to first. What a play by Marchand. So the out is made at first base, but the sacrifice is complete. And that puts runners in scoring position. 2 runners, that is. He knocked it down perfectly, put it in the right spot, caught everybody by surprise. And the Phillies playing some small ball, and Bryson Stott is coming up to bat. Here we go. First pitch to Stott on the outside corner for strike one. Charge! The ball's one strike. The pitch to Stott, and it's fouled away. All you need here is a sac fly. Come on, Stott. One out, bottom of the seventh. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second. The 0-2, high for a ball. Stott's average with runners in scoring position is .310 with 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 31 RBI as well. The 1-2 to Stott. Another pitch that's up high. The Phillies' starting 6 hitters today have each gotten a hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit out to right field, and that's going to be caught for a catch. And holding up at third is Merrifield. Myers came running in to make the catch, and it wouldn't have been deep enough for Merrifield to score. I don't think it was a good throw made to home plate, and unfortunately, the Phillies have still 2 runners in scoring position. Stott had it just off the end of the bat. Myers, with his cap flying off, just made a beautiful throw to home. And there's 2 outs. Not deep enough, and Trey Turner, the birthday boy, coming up to bat in a big, crucial moment for the Phils. And it looks like Skip Schumacher's going to go out there, and I think we may have a pitching change. And that's going to be it for Nardi. So still 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And we have a new pitcher coming in for Miami. And the Phillies will take a step off. 365 people tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Algo Gang, do your thing, man. We love each and every one of you, and we appreciate you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit the donate button as well. My name is Jason Joseph. We're from South Jersey. We do play-by-play broadcasts for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles, man. That's what we do. Who has the final score correct so far? Or who's still in line to get the final score correct? Anybody? Larry's being sarcastic in the chat. Don't take him seriously, even though his name is seriously Larry. That's the joke. Phillies today with runners in scoring position are 2 for 12. They've left 10 guys on base. They had bases loaded to end the first and the second. They've scored 5 runs today, though. Wiz still has his final score potentially correct. Anthony Bender will come on in to pitch, and this will be the 4th pitcher used by the Fish. Bender has a 3-2 record, a 4.70 ERA in 30 innings, 31 strikeouts as well, and Trey Turner's coming up to the plate. First pitch, and he takes it for strike one. It's a sweeper right down the middle. Jason, thanks so much for the $5 donation. Says, let's go, Phillies. Turner 2 for 4. Looking to give the Phillies the lead, the 0-1, and that almost got away from Ali Sanchez. He's been incredible behind the plate today. That was way outside and almost caught the dirt. Boy, oh boy, showing off those reflexes. Vigilant Tractor says you called 9-6, Phils. The 1-1 to Turner, ground ball into left center field for a base hit. This will give the Phillies the lead. Merrifield scores, Dahl scores, and the birthday boy Trea Turner comes through as the Phillies have come all the way back from the dead. 7-6 Phils. Happy birthday, Trea Turner. And here comes Alec Bohm. That's all they needed. Turner's at second. Pitch number 1 to Bohm is taken all the way for a strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Phillies were down 6-3, and they've come all the way back. The 0-1 to Bohm, and he fouls that one off. Turner hit that one so sharply that it got past Tim Anderson. That was sort of like the same hit that Nick Castellanos had in his last at-bat. Bender versus Bohm here. Bohm had a 2-run homer back in the bottom of the 1st, and the 0-2 swung on and missed. It was a foot off the plate, but the damage is done. Phillies take the lead back. It's 7-6 as we head to the 8th. Let's go. I thought that they were done. It ain't over, though. All right. Top of the 8th inning. Phillies lead at 7-6. Thanks to Trea Turner. All right, so in case you are just tuning in, a lot of scoring today. Ranger Suarez started the game for the Phils and did not have a good outing. He went 4 2/3, allowed 6 earned runs on 9 hits, and also 2 walks allowed as well. He didn't even have a strikeout today, which is really unbelievable. So, Josh Bell had an RBI double to give the Marlins a 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st. Phillies responded on a 2-run homer by Alec Bohm in the bottom of the 1st to make it 2-1. Then Brian De La Cruz tied it back on a solo home run to right field to make it 2-2 in the 3rd. In the 4th, Emmanuel Rivera had an RBI double to give the Marlins a 3-2 lead. Jazz Chisholm Jr. then also had an RBI single in the 4th inning as well to make it 4-2. Dane Myers had an RBI double to make it 5-2 in the 5th, and Emmanuel Rivera made it 6-2 on an RBI single. And then in the bottom of the 5th, Nick Castellanos had an RBI double to make it 6-3. Castellanos then came through with a 2-run single to make it 6-5, and Trea Turner in this bottom of the 7th gave the Phillies a 7-6 lead on a 2-run single. So it's 7-6 as we're in the top of the 8th inning. They did rule, so it was ruled as an RBI single by Turner. Merrifield scored on an error, and Dahl scored on an error. Turner was safe over at second on the error by De La Cruz. I think that Dahl would have still scored though, so it should have been just a 2-run single. Gregory Soto is going to be pitching for the Phils in the top of the lineup coming up for the Marlins. Phillies absolutely have life, and they just retook the lead. First pitch, swing and a miss to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Phillies looking to split the series. The 0-1 swung on and missed. That slider was outside and low. Jazz today 1 for 4. Had an RBI single, as we mentioned earlier in the game. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2-3, and Chisholm is out on strikes. And there's 1 out in the top of the 8th. That slider tonight looks really, really amazing by Soto. Absolutely deceiving. He hasn't thrown that slider in quite some time. First pitch here, and that's at the knees. Lots of gas on the 4-seamer at 97, taken all the way for strike 1 to Otto Lopez. He's also hitless in 3 at-bats today. The 0-1, and there's a little flare hit out over to right field. Castellanos, he'll take a couple steps over towards his left side, and he's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away in the 8th. And Brian De La Cruz is coming up to bat. 6 errors combined in this ball game between both the Phillies and the Marlins. Phillies do lead it, though, 7-6. De La Cruz 2 for 4 today, and he takes it wide to make it a 1-0 count. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, low for ball 2. That's a 2-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way. Swung on and missed on a heater at 99 miles per hour. 27 years old, Brian De La Cruz is going up against another guy who's been a veteran, and that's Gregory Soto. The 2-1 inside and low for ball 3. And it's a 3-1 count now. Brian lifetime against Gregory Soto is 0 for 1. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. What a slider thrown again by Soto. It looked a little bit low, but De La Cruz honestly couldn't really take that pitch. Could have gone either way, and he got fooled. The count is full. There's a lot of empty seats here at the bank because the Phillies were down 6-2. And they've come all the way back from the dead. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th. The payoff pitch by Soto. Swung on and missed. That slider was low and inside, and Soto gets the job done. Soto gets a standing ovation, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-6 Phillies lead. Can you believe that De La Cruz bought that slider? And Soto's all fired up. Marsh, Castellanos, and Sosa will come on up for the Phils when they return. I can't believe that he fished after that pitch. I was so shocked. That was a big gamble. That was a huge gamble there, but it worked. Wow. Bottom of the 8th. Let's see what happens here. Unbelievable. It's Soto. I can't believe it. If you guys don't have goosebumps, I don't know what you guys are on. I've bailed out of here and discussed before, but I never left a ball game even early, even a blowout. Yep. I'm still alive, says Vigilant Tracker, with my crazy prediction. Where's the Soto hater, says Denbrew. Where's Jackie at? I wonder where Jackie is. Where's Jackie? Does Soto come out for the 9th? No, not at all. They're going probably, my guess, because it'll be Bell, Berger, and Myers due up, I think it's going to be Hoffman. Got to finish strong. You do. Marsh, Castellanos, and Sosa all coming up for Philadelphia. Hit that thumbs up button, baby. And hit the subscribe button as well. How many likes do we have, Mod Squad? How many likes? I still can't believe you swung at that pitch, too. Here's Rob Thompson in his 3rd season as the Phillies manager, 209 wins and 147 losses. Marsh will be hitting against Pook here in the first pitch. It looked a little high, but it's a called strike. It's just been that type of day by Nick Lentz for the Blue. The ball's one strike. What a thriller of a ball game it's been for the Phils. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball into right field for a base hit, and Marsh able to get his second hit of the ball game as he gets on with a leadoff single to start off the bottom of the 8th. The Phillies could absolutely use some more insurance here. And Castellanos coming up to bat. Bender, excuse me, is still pitching, not Pook. I apologize. Castellanos 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and 3 RBI as well. First pitch, and he pops it up. It's a foul ball, though, and heads into the seats. Don't forget, we'll be back on at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for NBA free agency, and we'll do a watch party and see what happens with Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers. The ball's one strike to Castellanos. The leg kick and the pitch. There's a ground ball back up the middle, and it goes through for a base hit. Marsh round in second, and he'll jog on over to third. And the Phillies have runners at the corners, and the fans continue to stand as they're loud at the bank. Back-to-back singles from Marsh and Castellanos. How about that? And Sosa is coming up. He came in to pinch hit for Cody Clemens. Marsh had a really good read on the play, too. He was running over to second, and as soon as it got by through the middle, he just cruised on over to third, and Dusty Watson gave him a little pat on the back as well. Infield shifted over towards the left side. No out still. Pitch number 1 to Sosa, outside at 95. 20 runs batted in on the season for Edmundo and 5 homers, along with a .270 average. Marsh at third, Castellanos at first, the 1-0, and that is roped out to left field, but it is a foul ball as it goes into the corner. Thanks again for another donation, Jason. What's up, man? $2 donation for the Marsh singles, baby. Thank you, sir. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch to Sosa, and he pops this one up out over to shallow right field. Myers calls everyone off. He'll make the catch. The throw is drawn, and Marsh jogs back over to third. Not deep enough on the fly ball hit by Sosa. And Myers easily would have had Marsh out. So there's 1 away, and Merrifield is coming up. 405 people on here. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button as well. Witt 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch, walked and scored a run as well. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 7-6 Phillies lead, and the pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Anthony Bender on the bump. He's the 5th pitcher used today by the Marlins. 4.70 ERA for the 29-year-old. Did allow a run his last time out against the Phils on the 27th. 1-0 pitch. That's taken at the knees for a strike. Merrifield tried to show bunt there. I did. Yep. Steven, I appreciate you, man. Left side of the infield playing in towards the grass. Right side playing back towards a middle double play depth. 1-1. Fouled away. The question is, who's going to pitch the 9th for the Phils? But the other question is, can the Phillies get some more runs here? Just a deep fly ball will do. Marsh at third, Castellanos at first. 1-2 pitch to Merrifield, swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the sweeper. And that's the 3rd time today that he has struck out. And David Dahl's coming up with 2 outs now. How about Castellanos with a 4-hit game? Here's Dahl, looking to give the Phillies some more insurance. He singled, walked, and scored a run. Also grounded out to first and struck out swinging as well. Time called by Dahl. It's been a really bad day for the blue. Nick Lentz behind the plate. Skip Schumacher was not happy about something. And it was an automatic ball called on the pitcher. 1 ball, no strikes. The next pitch, and that should have been called a strike, but it's taken low, I guess, for ball 2. That's crazy. It's been going both ways. That was clearly a strike. Come on. 2 balls, no strikes. Pressure coming to Bender. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Why do you even swing at that there if you're David Dahl? Pitch was way inside. You're ahead in the count. It's a 2-0 count. Sometimes you just got to take it. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Runners at the corners. The 2-1 to Dahl, and he fouls that one off. The count is 2-2, and again. If you take the last pitch, it's a 3-0 count. Take that pitch, and it's a 3-1 count. That changes everything. Even though technically it still should be a 2-2 count. 14 seconds left on the pitch clock. Bender looking to get out of the jam. 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3, and jogging on over to second base is Castellanos. Nobody was covering the bag. And faking the throw was Ali Sanchez behind the plate. So a base hit could give the Phillies a 9-6 lead. How about Casty with the stolen base? 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch to Dahl, and he fouls it away. Good job by him to stay alive. Hey, at least Witt walked in the 7th. That was big. That was honestly huge. Got to give him that. 3 balls, 2 strikes to David Dahl. The payoff pitch, and that's on the inside corner for a called 3rd strike, and Dahl goes down looking. Time to go to the 9th. Last chance for the Marlins, and Jeff Hoffman is going to come into the ball game to try to shut the door versus Bell, Berger, and Myers. All right. 476 people tuning in. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go live for Phillies games, Sixers games, and Eagles games as well. Phillies are 3 outs away from getting the win and splitting the series with the Fish. Can they do it? And they do it. Happy birthday, Trey. Good for him to come through. And Casty was clutch. Casty was clutch today. It's not over, though. Hoffman just has to close the door. On a day, though, where Ranger just did not have his stuff, the Phillies' offense was able to fight back. Hoffman will be the 6th pitcher, or the 5th pitcher used today by the Phils. His ERA at 1.31. 31 years old, 43 strikeouts in a total of 34 innings. He's allowed 5 earned runs this season. Last time he pitched it was against the Marlins. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs. One of them was earned, and he had a strikeout as well. The defense, honestly, has been good in this game for the Phils. I gotta say, the defense has been really, really sharp for the Phillies in this game. Overall. Bohm had a couple of nice diving plays. I mean, they did have 4 errors. One of them shouldn't have been called an error. So, yeah, I guess if you want to look at it that way. They've made some really good plays. They've made some really bad plays. There's Mr. Negadolfi, and how are you, sir? We've missed you. Josh Bell at the plate. Top of the ninth. First pitch. And that is popped up. Hit out over towards right field. Castellanos gets under it. And there is out number one. Almost dropped it. He had to backpedal. And Castellanos was like, phew. It took a little whirlwind for him. 1 out in the ninth. Poor Ayers is sharp. It really should have been 3, but they've played good and bad defense. So, yeah, you're right. Jake Burger up to bat against Hoffman. 1 out, top of the ninth. The pitch on the way, and that's a strike. A slider that just catches the black on the inside corner. Hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. No balls, 1 strike to Jake Burger, who's 1 for 4 today. Hoffman with pitch number 3 in the inning. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball hit over to shortstop, backhanded, and the throw over to first is dropped by Bohm. He tried to dig it out, couldn't do so, and that's a big defensive mistake there for the Phils. Just played on a bounce. Yeah, you're right. Turner did a good job at fielding it, and Bohm just could not make the play over at first. It literally touched the heel of the glove, and it just popped out. One out, top of the ninth, and a runner over at first. And now Dane Myers is coming up to bat. All right, Jackie, I'm done with you, man. Like, you're always so negative on here, bro. You really are. Jesus Sanchez, 5 for 16. He's coming up to pinch hit here for Myers. And the pitch, and that's taken inside and low for a ball. They gave the air to Turner on the throw, but it still should have been dug out by Bohm. It still should have been dug out by Bohm. One ball, no strikes. It's the most errors that they've had since May 17th of 2005. 1-0 pitch, and that's popped up, hit out over towards left field. And on the run is Merrifield, and he's there to make the catch, and there's 2 away. And the Marlins are down to their final out. And it's all up to Anderson. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. And Tim Anderson, who's had a really, really bad day, is the last chance for the Marlins. Hoffman needs 1 more out to shut the door. He's 0 for 4. He flied out, lined out, and grounded out twice. First pitch, and that's on the outside edge for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Hoffman gets set at the belt, kicks, delivers, and that's swung on and missed for strike 2. Hoffman getting a little curtain call here. Phillies were down 6-2 and came back. Lead at 7-6. Top of the 9, 2 outs, no balls, 2 strikes to Anderson. Hoffman with the windup and the pitch. Check swing, he did not go. It was outside and low. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch, here it is. And that's fouled away. The runner from first, Burger, was going on over to second, and he has to jog back over to first. Marlins actually have a pinch runner in for Jake Burger. They didn't mention that, and that's Vidal Bergeron. One ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch, here it is, swung on and missed. The Philadelphia Phillies have come all the way back from the dead, and they win the game by a final score of 7-6 against the Fish. And they split the series as well. They'll head into Chicago and play against the Cubs on Tuesday at Wrigley Field. That's the largest comeback by the Phils this season. Ring the bell, Philadelphia. The Phillies win. How about that? Jeff Hoffman able to get his 5th save. Sir Anthony Dominguez now 2-2. And on a day where Ranger Suarez didn't even have his best stuff, the Phillies bullpen stepped up, and Trey Turner went 3 for 5, and Castellanos went 4 for 5. What a game, man. The fireworks go off at the bank. And the Phillies get their largest comeback win of the season. 5 saves for Hoffman. And the Phillies are now 55-29. What a win, man. What a game. That was awesome. That was really awesome. And you needed to win this one, man. You really did. You really needed to win this one. For sure. $5 donation from our boy Jason. Phillies win. Suck it, haters. I love it. And they still haven't been swept since last year. That's the crazy thing. So, good job by the Phils. It was not the best series at all whatsoever, and today's game was ugly. But you know what I care about? I care about, at the end of the day, wins. On a day where Ranger didn't even have his stuff, Trey Turner had his 7th 3-hit game of the season. Nick Castellanos went 4 for 5 and was clutch. Now Bohm went 2 for 5 and had a big 2-run homer. Bryson Stott actually hit the ball really hard today. Ended up going 1 for 5 with a run scored. They find ways, though. And that's the thing about this team that I love. They find ways to win. And you got to rack them up because the schedule is going to get really tough. Cubs, Braves, and Dodgers, that's not easy. So, rack up the wins while you can. And, yeah, man. All right, one word to describe that game. 445 people on here watching. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. 175 likes. Series tied. They split the series. How do we describe that one, guys? Comment down below. One word to describe that nice comeback. Any more? Any words? Yippee, says Vanessa. Love it. Good one. Comeback. Love it. Jackie is stuck in traffic off of I-95. Yeah. I'm done, man. You know, I can't, like, every time he's on here, it's just all negative stuff. I can't deal with that anymore. So I think I'm done with the Jackie experience on here. Grit, says Max Q. I'm not saying that you always have to be positive, but just a Debbie Downer like all the time. Come on. Character. Determined. Awesome. One word, trade Casty. Oh, man. All right. Wow. There's Jason. All right. I love you all to death. I'll be back tomorrow, or I'll be back on tonight. We'll be doing Sixers NBA free agency live watch party. We'll see what happens for free agency. Happy birthday, Trey Turner. Grit's a good word. Absolutely. Great win by the Phils. Another comeback in the books. So, good stuff. All right. Love you all. Catch you all on the next one.